Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Dear student, so far you have already studied the Bohr atomic models. That is, the electron revolve around the nucleus in a fixed orbit. When an electron jump from lower to higher orbit, it will absorb energy. When it will come back, it will emit the same amount of energy. Angular momentum is given by mvr is equal to nh over 2 pi, where n is the principal quantum number, h is the Planck constant. Today basically we are interested with the atomic radius and energy, that is the energy difference is equal to delta E2 minus E1. How to get the radius, how to get the energy, today we will derive the expression. So we just start from this. According to the Bohr atomic radius, consider electron revolve around the nucleus in a fixed orbit. This is the nucleus which contains the neutron and a proton. So it has the positive charge due to the proton, and E is the electron. Distance between the electron and the nucleus is r. Since it revolves around the nucleus in a circular path, so it has the centripetal force, and you know the formula of the centripetal force is, that is Fc is equal to mv square over r. Basically in this case, m is the mass, v is the velocity by which it will move in a circle, r is the radius. Since in this case the force of attraction towards the nucleus, so it is called the Fc is equal to mv square over r. Now we can say that if m is the mass of electron and q1 is equal to E is the charge on electron and q2 is the charge on proton, which is equal to, that is q2 is equal to Ze, where Z is the atomic number. So Coulomb force is given by Coulomb's law. You know that is F E is equal to K Q1 Q2 over R square. You know that is Q1 Q2 are the two charges, and if Q1 is equal to the E and Q2 is equal to the Z, in this case Z is called the atomic number. So in this case basically we can say the charge on electron is negative, charge on proton is positive. So we must put it here, and K is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught, where epsilon is a constant and K is also constant, you know, that is K is equal to 9 into 10 की power 9, that is Newton meter square over, that is the Coulomb square. So if we put this one, so epsilon become equal to 8.85 10 to the power minus 12, that is Coulomb square per Newton meter square. By putting these value in this equation, that is in equation number 2, we will get, that is Fe is equal to Ze into E over 4 pi epsilon naught r square. So we will get, that is Ze square over 4 pi epsilon naught r square. This is equal to, that is the Fe. This is equation number 3. When electron revolve in the orbit, then these two forces, that is centripetal force and the Coulomb forces, become equal. So we can say that is Fc is equal to Fe. Now by putting the value from equation 1 and 2, we will get, that is mv square over r is equal to z square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. This epsilon is known as the permittivity constant of the vacuum, and it has a constant value. So we can say that for z square 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Now we will see that is r become cancel. So we will get the mv square is equal to z square over 4 pi epsilon naught r. Now we can find out the value of v square, which is equal to z square over 4 pi epsilon naught r into m. This is the equation number 3. So we can say that basically this is the velocity by which electron move in the circle. Now from the balance equation we will get, this is the 4 equation, that is 3 and 4. Now from Bohr postulate, angular momentum is given by, that is mvr is equal to nh over 2 pi, where n is the principal quantum number, h is called the Planck constant. So in this case, m is the mass, v is the velocity, r is the radius, n is the principal quantum number, h is the Planck constant. So we can say that basically how to get this value, this is given by the Bohr model. And how to get this one, we can say that whenever we, by putting the value Fc from the equation number 1 and Fe from the equation number 3. So we can say that we will get, that is 1 and 3. mv square over r, z square 4 pi epsilon r square. So mv square, z square 4 pi epsilon r become cancel. So we will get the v square value. Now we want to rearrange n is a principal quantum number, that is n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4. If it is 1, then it is called the K shell. If 2, then L, 3, M, 4, this is N. That is K shell, M shell, N shell. You know very well. Now you have already studied in 9th class, that is the shells. H is the Planck constant, that is H is equal to 6.625 10 to the power minus 34 joule into second. Now we can say we must rearrange this equation. V is equal to NH over 2 pi m into r. Now squaring both sides, we will get the v square is equal to n square h square over 4 pi square m square r square. Now this is the equation number 5. You know that is, this is the velocity according to the Bohr atomic model, and we have already derived the velocity from the centripetal and the Coulomb force. So you can say that by comparing equation 4 and 5, we will get n square h square over 4 pi f 4 pi square m square r square is equal to n square h square 4 pi square m square r square is equal to, that is z square over 4 pi epsilon naught r into m. And you can see from here, that is this r and m become cancelled out with this one, that is squaring, and 4 pi with the 4 pi, so you will get only the one value. Now in this case we will get, that is n square h square divided by, this is the, that is the pi, and then mr, and in this case we will get the ze square divided by, that is the epsilon naught. So in this case we will have only the simplified form z square, where z is the atomic number, epsilon is called the permittivity constant of the vacuum having a constant value, and so in this case n square h square pi mr. Rearranging this equation, so in this case r is equal to, that is the n square h square over pi m z square. So we can, this is the radius r, n square h square pi m z square. So in this case we may write as, that is r is equal to h square over pi m e square into n square over z. This is our required equation, which is the sixth one. Since it is a constant value, let h square over pi m e square is equal to a naught, and this is equal to, how to find out? By putting the value 6.625 10 to the power minus 34 square divided by 3.14 into 9.1 10 to the power minus 31 kg mass of electron multiply by 1.6 10 to the power minus 19 square. So you will get the value of a naught, and this a naught is equal to 0.529 10 to the power minus 10, that is a meter. Now this is equal to 0.529 angstrom. This is the unit of length, that is a naught is equal to this one. This is the constant value. So put in equation 6, we will get the r is equal to a naught multiplied by n square over z. Now this r is equal to 0.529 angstrom multiplied by n square over z. This is our required radius. For example, for hydrogen, z is equal to, that is atomic number 1, and if n is equal to 1, then this is equal to R1 is equal to 0.529 multiplied by 1 square over 1. This is equal to 0.529 angstrom. This is the first radius. Now if n is equal to 2, then R is equal to 0.529 angstrom, 0.529 angstrom multiplied by 2 square divided by 1. So this is equal to 2.12 angstrom. This is the second radius. So we can say that it will increase by increasing the n value. In this case, for example, this is the first one, this is the second one, and it is a nucleus. So this is the R1 and this is the R2. So this is the K shell, this is the L shell. In this case, n is equal to 1. In this case, n is equal to 2. So you can see that is by increasing the n value, the radius is also increased. What we have done it, that is by comparing the equation 4 and 5, we will get n square h square 4 pi square m square r square. This is z square 4 pi epsilon r into m. Rm become cancelled out. So in this case, this Rm and then pi, 4 pi is cancelled out, we will get the 1 pi. So n square h square pi mr z square over epsilon naught. By rearranging this r move toward this side and epsilon toward this side, we will get the corresponding value. So in this case, n square h square, that is the epsilon naught, that is pi m z square is equal to r. So it is a constant value. So we will get the epsilon naught at here. Similarly, this is the constant, that is this value epsilon naught, and its value is 8.85 10 to the power minus 12. So simplify this equation, we will get 0.529. This is the radius, that is a constant radius. Now by putting the value of n vary from 1 to 3 and z is the atomic number. This is also changed by different element. For example, for hydrogen it is 1. So n is equal to 1, we can calculate the first radius. Similarly, if n is equal to 2, we can calculate the second radius. So this is about the atomic radius, that is by increasing the shell, the radius is increased. R1, this is smaller one, this is the R2, this is the K shell and L shell.